everybody, welcome back to Cavanaugh's Corner. This is my spoiler review of Split, the new film from M. Night Shyamalan. If you haven't seen my my video review of that, of the movie, but without the spoilers, I'm going to put a link in the description and probably somewhere on the screen over here, maybe over here in that area. So let's talk about the ending of Split. If you have not seen the movie, turn this video off now. Get rid of this thing, get me off, okay? Because we're going to spoil the whole fucking movie right now. So get rid of this thing, okay? So you've been warned. Split is a sequel to Unbreakable. That was fucking crazy when that happened in the movie theater. Me and my friend, who love Unbreakable, by the way. I love Unbreakable. Unbreakable is one of my favorite films, maybe of all time. It is a phenomenally well done movie, and it's one of the best superhero movies of all time. And people don't get it. Like I've talked to a lot of people that just don't like the movie at all, stating that it's very slow. Points of it are aimless, and I totally disagree with that. I really love Unbreakable. I think it's actually one of the I think it's like one of the best looking movies ever made. I love that film. And Bruce Willis in that movie just is phenomenal. He really gives a great performance in that movie. But this movie takes place in the same universe as Unbreakable, which means that Split is actually a setup to a sequel to Unbreakable. And he's actually become, by the end of the movie, James McAvoy has actually become another arch villain for David Dunn, who is Bruce Willis in Unbreakable. So this probably means that we're going to get Unbreakable 2, where you're going to have Bruce Willis versus James McAvoy, which is pretty friggin' cool. I'm actually really excited for that. I think that was just pure genius from M. Night Shyamalan, because James McAvoy's character in this movie is like a perfect villain. He is a perfect like comic book villain, especially when he changes at the end. He finally reveals like the Beast, and he changes at the end. That was straight out of a comic book type thing, and it actually makes the movie more enjoyable once you know that. Because the fact that a guy can change because one of his personalities is that kind of character is really kind of nuts. That's a really wild thing that happens in the movie. And honestly, I thought that was the twist in the film, that he was actually physically changing. But in reality, it was just the twist that, oh, here's Bruce Willis sipping on his coffee. And me and my friend went, are you fucking kidding me? We literally looked at each other and we were like, are you kidding me right now? But M. Night ain't kidding around, man. He pulled that twist out, and let me tell you, it makes the movie a completely different movie once you know that. And I think that is just amazing, because now I kind of want to go back and rewatch it, because now it seems that, a bunch of M. Night Shyamalan's movies take place in the same universe, which is awesome. I love when Tarantino does that, but now M. Night is starting to do that. I don't think retroactively, but even then, it's a brilliant idea. I kind of want to go back and see if there's any other like little Easter eggs hidden in the movie, because honestly, I didn't catch any of them. I was totally blown away by that final scene twist. And it just floored me. It just floored me, and it blew my friend out of the water. He didn't know what to do after that, because he loves that movie. And so I'm very glad to say that I saw Split. So like I said, some people are not going to get that ending, and I totally understand if you didn't get that ending, because you do have to see a movie that was not really highly regarded when it came out, which is kind of sad, because I think Unbreakable is an awesome film. But when that came out, that was like, that you got to understand, like that movie was right after The Sixth Sense, and The Sixth Sense was like this mind-blowing film at the time. It's now, again, still a very good movie, but, it's kind of like a joke now, because, everybody knows the ending of The Sixth Sense. If you don't, I mean, you probably live under a rock, but that was a big, gigantic hit at the time. And Unbreakable was not really. It was kind of like a dip for for M. Night at the time, for M. Night Shyamalan. So this movie, I think, it's really opening the door to something completely different, which I'm very glad to see. And I really hope Shyamalan continues and makes a movie with Bruce Willis and James McAvoy, because I'd love to see more of that character. I love David Dunn as a character. I think he's one of the best characters that M. Night's ever written, and I think it would be very interesting to see like another Unbreakable type movie from him. I think that would be awesome. Also, kind of interesting to note, because my friend and I were talking about it, and how it's mentioned in the film that James McAvoy's character, his character Crumb in Split, how he changes in a train station into the Beast. And he has to go to this train station to change into the Beast because that's where his father left him. And I thought about it, and I said, oh, maybe his father left him at the train station in the train that crashes that Bruce Willis is on. And I thought about that, and I went, oh, wouldn't that be interesting if that's the connection, that, the father died on that train that Bruce Willis was on in Unbreakable. I was wondering if that's another twist that's kind of like hidden in there. It's kind of have to look for. But again, I'll have to revisit Split in order to really find out the truth for that. So, but anyway, I absolutely was blown away by Split. I think it's the best movie I've seen so far this year. And I hope Mr. Shyamalan keeps running with these movies, because let me tell you, I love this movie. I thought it was spectacular. My last review of this, if you've seen it, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. The only thing I could really say about the movies was it was slow at certain points, but overall, I love Split, and I hope you did too. I hope you saw it since you're watching this video. If not, I just blew the whole movie for you. But again, absolutely loved it, and I'll hope to see you next time with a new review on Cavanaugh's Corner. Good night.